And there she is, docked up. The Saga Farmann is a 1,027-year-old longboat replica, and it travelled to London this week, as we've seen, as part of its voyage across Europe. The boat first set sail in 2023 from its Nordic home in Tonsberg, and has so far travelled the Aegean, the Adriatic and Black Seas, stopping at various ports in Greece, Croatia and Italy. The Saga Farmann crew have already made an appearance on the Seine in Paris, and then crossed the English Channel to reach London, its final destination in the Saga Lundenwick voyage. Lundenwick was what the Vikings called London. Made by the Osberg Viking Heritage Foundation, using ancient Nordic clinker technique recognised by UNESCO as a cultural heritage, where wooden planks overlap each other and are fastened to a central stem. The Saga Farmann is a modern reconstruction of the Klastersbikt ship found in Klastersbikt ship from the year 898, and the original boat found near Klastag in Vestfold, Norway, and it was excavated in 1970 during an archaeological dig, and is currently on display in the Slottsville Museum in Tonsberg. Now, we've seen her coming in through Tower Bridge, and I did film on the boat yesterday, but it was so busy that the footage weren't that great really, because there was lots of people, lots of children, and I don't like that. So I come, not that I don't like children, I just don't like showing them in my videos. So I come back the day after, and it was relatively quiet, and I've even been able to film and interview some of its crew members. So we've had a bit of its history. You're going to join me on board, and then at the end of the video you'll see images from the museum of the original that this was modelled on. So join me on board. This is the cabin. Winch or windlass or capstan, I'm not sure what it's called on a Viking boat, but there it is. That's its oar, and they steer the boat.
But we don't know exactly where on the original one it was. If they were all in the back or in the front, maybe there were more, we don't know. Yes, this was not a burial, this was a wreck. In a fjord near Oslo. It was discovered in 1970 and then recovered. We have the remains preserved in the museum in Tonsberg, which also this foundation runs. And then this one was built between 2015 and 2018. It takes about 100,000 man-hours.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
It's about 40% of the wood is remaining. So we don't have the full shape, so there's some imagination how we think it might have looked. Not so much. Yeah. But they were expensive traders. Was done here, either these wooden plugs and these iron rivets. There's about 4,000 of these, which were also made in Tonsberg by our blacksmith. And the ore comes from the mountains a little bit further north in Norway, where they used, what was it called, this peat, what they used for the ore. and they find it in the bogs. There was a really industry around it because we use a lot of charcoal and this ore from the bogs, from the swamps, and then you smelter it in the clay oven, and you get some raw iron ore, and then it's hammered and hammered and hammered until it's clean, and then you can make swords and knives and rivets.
It's fascinating. How was your journey across the channel?
It was smoother than we had expected.
Right.
There was some really rough weather in
Yeah.
the forecast, but it turned out to be much better than
Brilliant.
expected. It was really easy and nice sailing.
How long did it take to get across the channel?
We came from, what's it called, Ouistreham, near Caen, to Brighton, and it took us 23 hours.
Oh wow. How are you finding London? Are you enjoying your time here so far?
It's been remarkable, this reception we received here yesterday with probably tens of thousands of people watching us go under the tower.
Yeah, I was there
Quite
yesterday and saw it. It was an
emotional
amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
Once in a lifetime experience. This was quite something.
You'll never forget that going under Tower Bridge. No, it was amazing to see. Yeah.
And it all worked well. We had practiced a few times that everybody knows its position. It worked perfect.
Brilliant.
No problems.
What is this, please?
This is the winch to raise the sail and lower it.
Right. Yeah, I saw you come through Tower Bridge with the sail up yesterday. It was amazing.
So you have two people here. There's one in, now it's locked, see? Because force turns it this way. So by resting against this, it stops.
Brilliant.
So when we raise it, one comes down, she is on the brake line so it doesn't unravel. One comes out, the next one goes in, and then it goes quarter turn after quarter turn.
That's very interesting. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Ja, du musst sagen, wenn du noch hier.
Well, that was brilliant, wasn't it, to be able to interview one of the crew members themselves. And the rope work and rigging in itself is quite amazing. It's a feat of engineering. And as we were discussing, it's amazing that they were able to go so far. Good old St Katharine's Dock. This is their canopy. So there's a crew membership of 13 people and not all of them can sleep inside this little cabin area.
Yeah, this is kind of how they were wearing it, so to make the clothes, they dress off.
But the original that they discovered is in
When we are sailing,
Norway, so I'll try and find some pictures of that and include them if I
but
can.
I really enjoy to wear it. There are some crew members that do wear 24/7. Not 24/7. They weren't allowed to go on the Tower Bridge actually, or somewhere with their Viking clothes on. So today they went out with their modern clothes, but most of the time they're all with their Viking clothes on, and it's really nice.
Where are you going next? You're going from you're here now. Where are you going next?
Now, well, this is actually kind of the end of this journey, yeah. And the winter we will spend at Greenwich at the Maritime Museum exhibition. But after that, most probably, we're now thinking we talk a little bit about it, but we don't know. It's going to be Ireland, Scotland, Denmark, go up and then to the Baltics.
Big step
But there's like more exhibitions and exhibitions, I mean. And our third boat is getting built, which is like twice as big. That also needs some crew members, and we don't know what we're going to do with that boat. So there's like many things going on. It's a lot of research. Like we have a lot of volunteers. We are also volunteers to get to bring the ship from A to B, and many things are going on. We have like archaeological investigations, and this is like living the museum, kinda having a museum in a different way, yeah, and then also like moving it every time. No, yeah, you need to have some, or at least to be prepared to become a sailor. Because everybody on board has something with sailing, but it's quite basic, a lot of things. So you could quickly have the jobs, because there's so many experienced people. They're like, hold the rope, and it's like, don't let the sail go into the water. And the only thing is like, the sail should not go into the water. So, but it's very. Not the word is not basic. There's another word in English, but I don't know. How can I say that? Like
early stuff.
yes, it's like
Very hands-on.
yeah.
Very hands-on. I saw you coming in through the dock yesterday, and there
Yeah.
was a lot going on. Just
Yes.
folding up the mainsail was quite a feat on its
Yes,
own.
it
Yeah.
is really a thing, and everything is a thing, which is very nice, because nowadays we live with a lot of technology. Everything is so easy, and here, you carry water in barrels, and you carry water in barrels. This thing taking up, nowadays with the motor sailboats,
An
it's
engine,
really easy, huh?
We do have an engine.
We do, but we do have it. I'm ashamed of that, but it's regulations. We don't
I
really
was gonna
use
say.
it.
Yeah.
We use it sometimes when we need it. Of course, like the Thames has a lot of ties, and it's not so easy to sail it. So then we use it, but we cannot rely on it. It's just there because we need to have it.
Emergency sort of thing.
Yes, and it's not even a good one. So we cannot just like rely on it. And it's not that old. It's like the past 10 years, like 10 years ago, they kind of started and built it. It's not so old, but it's a 1,000 years old boat. Model to wear like this, and then you put it, and then above this, it makes them look also bigger, but it's protected. It's just like the dress of one of my friends, and he was just warm and get rid of first this,
Now, between you, me, and the Vicar's Gatepost, I came here yesterday. I watched it sailing and came on the boat, but yesterday was so busy that footage, and there was lots of children. So, as you know, I don't like capturing people without their consent. So I thought I'd come back today. This was on the news, and they said it was going to be very busy, but as you can see, it's been quite quiet today. And I was actually able to interview some of the crew members. That's nice to see. We have a crew of 10 men and 3 women living on board. And of course they can't all fit in that little cabin, so this is what this awning is about. Some of them sleep, as the Vikings would have done, under cover, and as the lady there told us, some of them like to sleep under the stars, which I can definitely recommend, having done wild camping. But these rivets are all handmade, as we heard, by a blacksmith in Norway.
I don't know how they are going to do that. They will take it out of the water, put it on land, and everything gets prepared to show it.
Where have we sailed from?
From Normandy, from France.
France,
Actually,
yeah.
we arrived here was like a 2 weeks journey.
Yeah.
And then we arrived here.
Yeah.
And now for the winter we are finished. So
Oh, you've been here for 2
yeah,
weeks.
this was our last point,
Yeah.
and now it's going to Greenwich, stay there for the winter. And then after winter, we think about, most probably it's going to be Ireland, Scotland, and then Denmark, and go up and then to the Baltics. Yeah, so the journey will take us longer.
Yeah.
But
So
next
you're
year.
in Greenwich then for the winter?
Sorry?
You're in Greenwich?
Yes,
for the
yes, at
winter?
the Maritime Museum.
Oh,
Yeah.
South of Norway.
Yeah, that's not something that I know. You want to have a picture with me?
I'll take it.
Each of the crew members has one of these, and they use them for things like cutting the ropes and stuff, which is fascinating.
Do you sleep on this boat?
Yes. We sleep anywhere. Everybody sleeps on the boat. There's not really a place to go. You're on the sea. 13 people.
Did you have a favourite part of the journey, or bit that you've most enjoyed?
Yeah, my favorite part was actually just when we arrived the first time after we finished the canal. We arrived at Brighton, I guess. Brighton. But we entered Brighton and the sea was actually very, very harsh at that moment. And I was driving the boat, so that was also. And we were just entering. And we were entering actually that port because we had to. Because we run out of some things and we really needed to get somewhere. So just kind of an emergency situation. The sea was very tough, and then it was dark. It was like midnight, and then we entered the port, absolutely not knowing if we can dock or anything. And then we entered. Just the moment when we entered, it was like fully like calmed down, and then we went inside. But that moment, just before we entered the harbor, was actually very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the bridge will open and then we'll pass, yeah. The places where we could not do that, actually we transported by road. We put it on a trailer, then it goes down actually. But we cannot really take it down. It's quite heavy and thick. Like everybody has.
And inside that trunk is their kitchen, which is a mixture of modern equipment in there, like portable gas stove and things like that. This is their cabin.
Like a bigger thing than this, like he would just like cover himself, and we are not. We are
Here's some details. This shows where they've been in the World Luck. Asia, Lebec, Corfu, Athens, Syros. What an amazing experience this must be to sail on this. They do have an engine which they try to use as little as possible because they like to keep it authentic. But yeah, this is where she's been all over the world, and she is here for the last phase of her journey in London, and you ladies and gents got to enjoy it yesterday and today. Now, some images of the journey and things like that will feature at the end of the video, so I hope you all found it interesting, and thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to like, share, drop a comment and hit the notification bell so YouTube will let you know when I next upload. Thanks all, and I'll see you all on the next one.